The fashion industry, often viewed as a beacon of creativity and expression, hides a darker reality beneath the glimmering surface. It is a sector that consumes vast resources and generates staggering amounts of waste, posing significant threats to our environment. To understand the scale of this issue, one must first grasp the sheer magnitude of resources involved. For instance, it takes approximately 2,700 liters of water to produce a single cotton t-shirt, enough water for one person to drink for 2.5 years. In the heart of Bangladesh, a factory worker named Amina recounts her daily struggles. Every day, I wake up to the sound of machines and the smell of chemicals. It's suffocating, she shares, her voice tinged with fatigue. Amina has spent over a decade in the textile industry, where the promise of a better life often comes at the cost of health and safety. The pollution is everywhere. My children have frequent coughs, and I worry about their future, she confides, highlighting the personal toll of an industry that thrives on low-cost production. As we delve deeper, the story of a well-known fast fashion brand serves as a case study of the backlash against environmental negligence. Just last year, EcoWear faced severe criticism after a documentary exposed the toxic dyeing processes used in its factories. The footage showed vibrant rivers running black with chemicals, a stark contrast to the colorful clothes they marketed. Faced with mounting pressure from activists and consumers, the brand issued an apology, vowing to improve its practices. Yet, many remain skeptical, asking whether this was a genuine commitment or merely a public relations stunt. The statistics paint a grim picture. The fashion industry is responsible for 10% of global carbon emissions and is the second largest polluter of freshwater resources. As we navigate through these alarming figures, it becomes clear that the impact of fashion extends far beyond the runway. The choices we make as consumers have far-reaching consequences on the lives of those like Amina and the health of our planet. In this chapter, we will explore these realities further, examining the interconnectedness of production practices and their effects on both individuals and the environment. The stories of workers and the harsh truths behind brands will serve as a call to action for all of us to reconsider our role in this industry. As we shift our focus from the factory floor to the origins of the materials that fuel the fashion industry, we uncover a complex tapestry woven from the threads of agriculture, labor, and ethics. The journey of raw materials, particularly organic cotton and sustainable fibers, plays a crucial role in shaping the environmental footprint of fashion. Understanding this journey requires a closer look at the farmers who dedicate their lives to sustainable agriculture, often in stark contrast to the practices of large-scale industrial farming. As we delve deeper into the journey of sustainability in fashion, we encounter innovative manufacturing practices that redefine how clothing is produced. Traditional methods often consume staggering amounts of water and rely heavily on harmful chemicals, casting a shadow on the industry's commitment to environmental stewardship. However, a new wave of innovation is emerging, one that seeks to minimize waste and promote a healthier planet. One standout example is a company called EcoDye, which has successfully implemented waterless dyeing techniques. During a visit to their facility, I met with Sarah, the head of production, who shared her vision for a more sustainable future. We realized that the dyeing process was one of the biggest culprits in water consumption, she explained, gesturing towards the sleek, modern machines that now dominate the factory floor. By using advanced technology, we've eliminated water from our dyeing process entirely. It's not just about saving water, it's about setting a new standard for the industry. In her office, adorned with samples of vibrant, eco-friendly fabrics, Sarah further explained the chemical savings involved. We've replaced toxic dyes with natural alternatives, ensuring our products are safe for both consumers and the environment. Her passion was infectious, revealing a commitment not only to sustainable practices, but also to educating others within the industry. Meanwhile, the perception of recycled materials among consumers remains a complex topic. At a recent fashion expo, I caught up with Mark, a young designer who frequently incorporates recycled fibers into his collections. People love the idea of sustainability, but I often hear skepticism, he confessed. They question the quality and durability of recycled materials. It's a challenge we face every day, changing the narrative that has been ingrained in fashion for decades. His booth featured garments made from recycled plastics and discarded fabrics, each piece telling a story of transformation. Once they try it on, their perception shifts. They feel the quality, the craftsmanship, and often end up buying something they never thought they would, he said, with a glint of hope in his eyes. As we explore these sustainable manufacturing practices, it becomes clear that the future of fashion hinges not only on innovation, but also on consumer education and engagement. It is a collaborative effort that requires commitment from both producers and consumers to drive real change in the industry. As we transition from manufacturing practices to the heart of fashion design, the concept of circular fashion emerges as a pivotal force in the quest for sustainability. Circular fashion advocates for a system where clothing is designed with its entire life cycle in mind, emphasizing reuse, recycling, and a reduction in waste. This approach challenges traditional linear models, where garments are created, consumed, and discarded without consideration of their environmental impact. One designer who epitomizes this philosophy is Maya, the founder of Green Thread, a brand known for its commitment to sustainable design principles. When I visited her studio, I was struck by the vibrant colors and textures of her collections, each piece crafted with eco-friendly materials. Sustainability isn't just a trend for us, it's the foundation of everything we do, Maya said, as she showed me a stunning dress made from reclaimed fabrics. We source materials that have a story, giving them a second lease on life. Maya's designs not only reflect her values, but also resonate with a growing demographic of conscious consumers. Today's buyers are more informed and demanding, she explained. They want transparency in sourcing and the assurance that their purchases are making a positive impact. This shift in consumer behavior is prompting brands to rethink their practices, placing sustainability at the forefront of their missions. However, despite this growing demand, barriers still exist for consumers trying to navigate the sustainable fashion landscape. During a conversation with a group of eco-conscious shoppers, one voiced a common frustration. It's not always easy to find brands that truly embody sustainability. Some companies claim to be eco-friendly, but it feels like greenwashing. This skepticism highlights the need for clear standards and certifications that can guide consumers towards genuinely sustainable options. Another shopper added, "I want to support sustainable brands, but the price point can be a barrier. It's a struggle to balance my budget while trying to make ethical choices." This sentiment reflects the reality that while sustainable fashion is gaining traction, affordability and accessibility remain significant challenges. As we continue to explore the intersection of design and sustainability, it becomes evident that fostering a culture of conscious consumerism requires collaboration between designers, brands, and consumers. By prioritizing sustainable design principles, the fashion industry can not only reduce its environmental footprint, but also empower individuals to make informed choices that align with their values. As we delve into the future of fashion, it becomes increasingly clear that sustainable practices are not just a fleeting trend, but a burgeoning movement. The intersection of technology and eco-consciousness is creating new pathways for the industry to evolve. Innovations such as 3D printing and virtual fashion are leading the charge, promising to revolutionize how we conceive, produce, and consume clothing. During a recent visit to a tech-forward fashion incubator, I met Ethan, a visionary entrepreneur who specializes in 3D printing. "We're on the brink of a new era," he said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "Imagine being able to print your clothes at home, reducing waste significantly. It's not just about convenience. It's about sustainability." Ethan demonstrated a sleek, minimalist jacket that was printed in mere hours, crafted from biodegradable materials. This technology not only minimizes fabric waste, but allows for bespoke designs tailored to individual preferences, he explained. Moreover, the rise of virtual fashion is reshaping consumer engagement. Brands are creating digital clothing that exists solely in the virtual realm, allowing consumers to express their style without the environmental costs associated with traditional manufacturing. "Digital fashion is a game changer," said Zara, a digital fashion designer known for her striking virtual collections. "It challenges the norms of our industry and offers a glimpse into a future where fashion is limitless and eco-friendly." Collaboration among stakeholders, designers, technologists, consumers, and advocates is crucial in this transition. I had a chance to speak with a community initiative called Fashion Forward, which aims to raise awareness about sustainable practices within local neighborhoods. "We believe education is key," said Lily, the founder. "Our workshops teach people about sustainable materials, ethical production, and how to make conscious choices. It's about empowering the community to demand better from the industry." As I listened to Lily's passionate advocacy, I was reminded of Maya's earlier insights on consumer demand for transparency. The momentum for sustainable fashion is driven by a collective desire for change, and initiatives like Fashion Forward exemplify how grassroots efforts can ripple into larger industry transformations. However, the journey ahead is not without its challenges. Despite the technological advancements and growing community initiatives, skepticism still lingers. It's great to see innovations, but will they be accessible to everyone? One participant at a recent workshop questioned, "What about the small brands that can't afford these technologies?" This concern highlights the need for support systems to ensure that sustainable practices are not just a privilege for the few, but a standard for all. In conclusion, the future of fashion hinges on our collective ability to embrace sustainable practices through innovation and collaboration. As we look to the horizon, it is clear that the path forward is illuminated by the commitment of designers, technologists, and consumers alike, all working towards a fashion industry that respects both people and the planet.